Alright, welcome back to another card opening stream. This one's definitely different. I've never opened WWE cards before. Oh god, I should probably put chat over the— oh my god. I am not used to like this setup. I used to do a lot of Pokemon card opening streams back in the day. I still do them occasionally, but welcome to the stream. I didn't expect Twitter oomps to be here wearing my Soul shirt. I will share this with you as a top Zaruka fan. I have a Zaruka video in mind that I'm going to do later and then post tomorrow. Cute background art. I know! I brought back out— okay, look. I didn't want to look like a gooner with what my desk mat is underneath. I know some of y'all have already seen my desk mat, but I was like, let me bring out my wholesome Edolith desk mat again for opening cards. So that's what this one is. Also, I am wearing a different mic than I usually am. Yeah, No More Heroes. I have been loving— yeah, welcome Trashman, by the way. I've been loving the No More Heroes soundtrack. I really want to replay No More Heroes, honestly. But I don't know if y'all would want to see me replay it, but I love the No More Heroes. But yeah, I do have a Zaruka video plan. I will spoil it here, I guess, since why not? I'm going to make a Zaruka shirt because I'm inspired by its Soul shirt. Because I have a Zarya shirt and I have a Soul shirt, and I was gonna make like a little skit of like combining the shirts and then having it be a Zaruka shirt, and then on the back I'm gonna be like, oh dear god, I hope y'all don't fight each other too much at Stand and Deliver, and I hope y'all go for the tag titles. Like just a fun little paragraph on the back of it. Just, you know, just for some haha funnies. Embrace being a gooner? Oh no. No. I'm not that big of a gooner. Let's go! I was debating, I was like, do I wear my Zarya shirt or do I wear my Soul shirt? I decided my Soul shirt because I was like, I don't know if Soul would be in any of these cards. Okay, I'm gonna explain what cards I have here. So these are the newest cards I have, which are NXT 2.0 cards. And then, the premise of this, I have older cards that I got off of eBay. We have 2018, 2017, 2014, and then 2013. I was like, you know what would be a fun thing to do before WrestleMania? Opening random cards and seeing if they're still in the company. But yeah, I'm excited. I've never opened wrestling cards. I think we'll go— should we go newest first, then to oldest? I don't know. What should we open first, chat? I'm at your mercy. No More Heroes stream would be cool? Okay. Because I have not streamed No More Heroes, and that's what I thought. I was like, Soul could potentially be in these ones, I think. I'm not 100% certain. But everyone here, I was like, oh my god, these are all my faves. I guess some background on my wrestling background for funsies before we start opening cards. I became a fan when I was like 4 or 5 years old back in like the early 2000s. And then like, I've always been like on and off again of a wrestling fan. And then I got back into it when like AJ Lee was popular. AJ Lee's like one of my favorites of all time. And then I got out of it again, but like NXT, I watched like 2013, like 2012 NXT all the time when I was in college and high school because I was just like obsessed with the concept of NXT. I was like, wow, cool, these developmental wrestlers, they're so fun. Especially Bayley, oh my god. I still have a picture of like 10 years ago. Bayley wasn't even on main roster yet, but I went to a Raw show and I had a "This match needs more hugs" sign, and I got on TV. I think I was 18. I think I was freshly 18. And I was like so excited for Bayley to be on main roster at some point. Yeah. So I'm back, fully back into wrestling now, especially NXT. I've always had the softest spot for NXT. I don't know. I think NXT is just the fun brand. Maybe that's just me, but I think NXT is just the super fun brand, and Zaruka got me back into NXT. I can fully admit that. I'm gay enough to admit that. I was like, okay, who is this wrestler that looks like Vi from Arcane? and it just dove from there. And now I'm like super back into it. All right, I guess let's, you know what? We'll go oldest to newest. You know what? We'll go oldest to newest. But yeah, I saw Zarya and I was like, Vi Arcane? I'm gonna put that in the skit video, by the way, of like mentioning that. Like I was like, oh, Zarya looks so cool. And Sol, sold right off the bat. Love her moveset. Alright, so we have Best of WWE 2013 edition. 4 cards in here. I was watching wrestling at this time, so I should know who these people are, at the very least. That's a valid reaction. Sol bad guy. No, Sol Ruka. This Sol Ruka. Alright. Dolph Ziggler! Team Ziggler defeats Team Foley. I was a massive Dolph Ziggler fan back in the day. I have a Dolph Ziggler shirt. I love Dolph Ziggler. He was so fun. Oh god! AJ Lee! Let's go! We found AJ Lee at like the worst moment. Okay, so these are just like describing good moments. Alright, I'm here for it. I like that it says like what show it's from at the bottom. John Cena crashes Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee. I love the trademark between the S. Like, is that necessary? Did you really need to trademark the names? Like, you could have just put the names. I don't think that's necessary. I remember this. look at the giant-ass trademark. That's insane. That's crazy. Bo Dallas debuts at the Royal Rumble. Man, I thought Bo Dallas was gonna be the next biggest thing. I remember in NXT, Bo leaving was like the biggest thing. If you mention the words Bo leave today, it's like, huh? That's a different era. That's crazy. Man. CM Punk! Let's go, believers. The Rock returns, confronting WWE Champion CM Punk. Punk is my favorite male wrestler. I've always loved CM Punk. That was like my biggest inspiration as a kid. I loved CM Punk, and I still do to this day. Alright, so these are some interesting cards. I should have probably brought a trash bag in here for these, but, you know, it's fine. The Miz defeats Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. My girlfriend really likes The Miz. This just looks goofy. Booker T spinneroonies into the Hall of Fame. Anyone watch NXT and have to put up with Booker T's commentary? Just me? I'm hit or miss with Booker T's commentary. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's fun, and then others I'm like, Booker, please. Yeah, shucky ducky quack quack. Like, look, Booker is a proud gooner, and I gotta respect it somewhat. Kofi Kingston R-Truth defeat Primo and Epico for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Oh my god, I don't remember Kofi Kingston and R-Truth being a tag team. I remember Primo and Epico, but I don't remember this as a tag team. How long did they hold the belts for? Like, everything... I always loved Kofi. And then it feels like New Day just became, like, a different era for Kofi. Oh, Booker T is absolutely an S-tier level gooner. Like, I don't think anyone is gonna out-goon Booker T. Big Show knocks out Mr. McMahon. Good. The less Mr. McMahon cards, the better. Get this man away from me. No, thank you. Alright, what do we got next? CM Punk floors The Rock! Alright. Interesting. The Shield! Remember The Shield? Actually, with what's going on Twitter about Roman Reigns, I don't know if we want to talk about The Shield. The Shield helped CM Punk defeat John Cena and Ryback in a triple threat match. Remember Ryback? Feed me more. God, I thought he was also going to be a massive person in WWE, but that did not turn out the way it did. Remember Skip Sheffield? His name before Ryback? Oh, this one's a different orientation. Wade Barrett defeats Kofi Kingston for the Intercontinental Championship. And next we have The Rock defeats CM Punk for the WWE Championship. The amount of, like, trademarks and, like, copyright symbols on these cards is insane. But, back to, like, what I said about what's going on wrestling Twitter. I swear, every time I open up Twitter, it's like, I see the next person being awful, and I'm like, really? Can we just stop being awful people? And then it's like, oh, why do you care if they're awful? Because I don't want to support awful people? Like, I thought this was, like, common sense. Just me? It's just, like, crazy. Me over here just like, please don't have my favorites be problematic, please. Dude Love dances with Brodus Clay. Ooh, speaking of problematic, Brodus Clay. Oh my god. It's like Russian roulette. Kind of, yeah. Zack Ryder. Man, I was the biggest Zack Ryder fan. Zack Ryder was the Great American Bash 20-man Battle Royal. I remember when he won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. And then, like, lost it the next day. I was so upset. I love Zack Ryder so much. Yeah, woo. I'm glad Chelsea Green is, like, super popular in WWE now. It's a crime she doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. But I'm glad Chelsea's getting love again. Speaking of Zack Ryder. Let's see. Christian defeats Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental Championship. A lot of IC title cards in here. Man, I remember Christian. Pre-blonde Cody Rhodes. Layla defeats Nikki Bella for the Divas Championship. Controversial statement maybe. Layla should be inducting Michelle McCool in the Hall of Fame, not The Undertaker. I don't care that's her husband. Lay Cool was like the biggest women's tag team back in the day. But no, we're just like, Undertaker, that's your wife, go ahead. It's like, alright, I guess. Brock Lesnar ambushes Shawn Michaels, breaking his arm. Well, upside down. AJ Lee, another AJ Lee card. AJ Lee stands up Daniel Bryan at the altar, gets named permanent Raw General Manager. Welcome, Rhea. You're just in time for more amazing cards. We've barely just started. Yeah, like, Layla's gotta be there at, like, some capacity. I don't know if you watch LFG. My girlfriend and I watch LFG, like, pretty frequently. We're, like, an episode behind. But I see Michelle McCool on there pretty often, and I'm like, where's Layla at? Bring her on for an episode or two. AJ Lee wins a Divas Summertime Beach Battle Royal. God, I miss AJ Lee so bad. When she was wrestling in her era, like, let's just say the talent was not at the same caliber as it is today, but I know she's probably not ever coming back. I'm so delusional. I'm like, yeah, she'll make a comeback someday, and I'm like, how old is she getting? Oh, I'll miss you, AJ. John Laurinaitis fires Big Show. Ooh, John Laurinaitis. Ooh, these cards aren't turning out to be great in the future. Best of WWE. This is turning into worst of WWE. Kind of insane. Cody Rhodes defeats the Big Show for the Intercontinental Championship at in a tables match. Man, Cody Rhodes had some really nice all-white gear. Kind of iconic. Plus that Intercontinental belt, I liked that belt more than what we have today. Daniel Bryan defeats Kane. I've seen a lot of people compare Zaruka to, like, Team Hell No. And I kind of get the vibes. I just like odd couple tag teams. I don't know, like, the vibes between them, it works. I swear to God, WWE, don't you break them up and stand and deliver. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. are these all, like, mixed up? Big Show defeats Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, I agree. I see more, L4B coded than Team Hell No. But, like, I guess for some other stand and deliver things, I'm kind of hoping that Meta Girls win and then take the tag team belts and put them on NXT. But I've seen a lot of people predicting it's going to be Roxanne and Cora Jade. I'm like, okay, alright. I don't, like, really care who wins that match. I just want the tag titles in NXT at this point. That's just all I want. Because I feel like NXT has the strongest women's tag team division. Vicky Guerrero defeats AJ Lee with guest referee Brad Maddox. Right! Exactly! You get it! The fact that the Meta Girls have not won a tag team championship yet is, like, insane to me. Like, they are so long overdue for a championship. And then, like, just seeing Chemical X challenge, then Fatal Influence, and then, of course, Zaruka. Man, the tag division is so good in NXT, but they just don't have anything. Bring those belts to NXT. Please. And thank you. Alright. So far, no duplicates, though. CM Punk defeats Randy Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus to become Undertaker's WrestleMania opponent. I remember when the streak was broken, I could not believe my eyeballs on it. I was like... I mean, I feel like everyone had that reaction, but still. Kinda sucks that it was Brock Lesnar that broke the streak compared to, like, anyone else. Fandango! Remember Fandango? His tag team with, Tyler Breeze was so much fun. I loved Tyler Breeze. Fandango defeats Chris Jericho in his first match. Like I said, I just like fun tag teams. Give me fun, whimsical tag teams. CM Punk defeats Chris Jericho in a Chicago street fight. John Laurinaitis defeats John Cena. It's an unfortunate amount of John Laurinaitis cards. Alright, what do we got here? Ooh, another Hall of Fame card. At the Hall of Fame, Mick Foley finally pins Chris Jericho. Triple H defeats Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred match. Oh god, we are just going all over the place. CM Punk fights Mr. McMahon. Deserved. CM Punk defeats Jerry the King Lawler in a cage match. Oh my god. Completely forgot about Jerry the King Lawler there for a second. It was a time, that's all I'll say. The old man pack, truly. All these old men. The APA clobber Heath Slater. Remember a three-man band? Ooh, boy. D-Generation X returns. This is another old man pack. CM Punk defeats Kane and Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match. John Cena defeats Brock Lesnar in an Extreme Rules match. Alright, last pack from 2013. Then we'll go on to 2014. Alright, what do we got for our last pack? John Cena defeats CM Punk to retain the #1 contendership to the WWE Championship. That's a cool picture. I like that. The Bella Twins return! Oh god, Mustache Cody Rhodes! That was a time! Oh man. Damien Sandow too! Dude, I loved Damien Sandow. I had his shirt, like the I'm Greater Than You shirt. I love Damien Sandow. Yeah, the Rhodes Scholars, that was their tag team name. Yes! What a time, dude. Undertaker defeats CM Punk for 21-0 at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan says no to the WWE Universe. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, 2014. We got Hulk Hogan on the pack, so that's a good sign already. Alright, this is Road to WrestleMania. 7 cards. Packs with an insert may contain 2 or 3 fewer cards. Alright. What do we got here? These kind of have the same vibe to them. Ultimate Warrior becomes a Hall of Famer. Jake the Snake Roberts joins the Hall of Fame. Remember the prime time players? Man. Different era. Titus O'Neil ends the primetime players. Randy Orton wins the WWE Championship. 30 years of WrestleMania. Oh, I could barely see the, like, silver writing down here. Oh my god, I can barely read this. WWE Champion The Miz defeats John Cena in a no disqualification match. That titling is very hard to say. Triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Streak defeats CM Punk. Hopefully I get no Hulk Hogan. Please no. Who else is in that triple threat match? Man. It's only Triple H, sorry. Only Triple H in this match. No one else. Man, I was a huge Cesaro fan. I love Cesaro. He's in AEW now, but the Cesaro, like, Swiss Superman gimmick was so cool. I'm just playing Nier while you're yapping. This game is definitely not a skill check. It's definitely a skill check. Well, we're gonna be starting Nier soon. Once I finish Red Dead 2 first person, I will need all the help I can get. Cesaro wins the Memorial Battle Royal. Mark Henry sets a 110,000-pound world record. Oh god, Eva Marie! Remember Total Divas? Oh, no. Eva Marie and JoJo debut with the cast of Total Divas. Big Show knocks out Triple H. Triple H pedigrees Randy Orton. WWE Champion John Cena defeats Triple H. The Streak defeats Triple H in a no-holds-barred match. I guess these... I mean, are these really Road to WrestleMania themed if you're putting WrestleMania cards in? Shouldn't they just be WrestleMania cards? They're not specifically 2014. Jules, you're nitpicking too much. Team Hell No and Randy Orton hand the Shield their first loss. Randy Orton and the Shield decimate Daniel Bryan. Triple H pedigrees Randy Orton. I'm already getting dupes? That's crazy. Kofi Kingston lands with his feet on the steps. Another Ultimate Warrior becomes a Hall of Famer. Why are these all, like, in different orientations? European Champion Triple H defeats Owen Hart. Ooh, this one has, like, a green stripe at the bottom. Ultimate Warrior defeats Hulk Hogan for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 6. Interesting. I guess if you don't know anything about wrestling, here, this is the perfect historian episode. Okay, I have, like... This one was, like, randomly in there. 30 years of WrestleMania. Okay. Again, these are in random different directions. Rowdy Roddy Piper hosts Piper's Pit. Brock Lesnar is reintroduced by Triple H. Wait a minute, this is 2023? When did these cards come out? What the hell? I thought these were from like 2014. What in the hell? That's crazy. Yeah, I was gonna say, 2023. Insane. Another Jake the Snake in the Hall of Fame. John Cena defeats Triple H. The Rock defeats John Cena. Oh, not Superfly Snuka. Ooh. Are the allegations not, like, prominent yet? Oof. These cards definitely haven't aged well. But I imagine, I mean, when it comes to wrestling, that's gonna happen. Yeah. Oof. Oh, man, the Rhodes Brothers. Remember Stardust? Cody, bring back Stardust. I miss Stardust. The Rhodes Brothers are the first to defeat the Wyatt family. Daniel Bryan wins the WWE Championship. Brad Maddox is named Raw General Manager. Kevin Nash makes a surprise return. Daniel Bryan defeats Triple H. WWE Champion Eddie Guerrero defeats Kurt Angle. Yeah, Brad Maddox, another... Ooh, what a time. The Streak defeats Jake the Snake Roberts. Although it's not even The Undertaker, it's just The Streak. Which, I guess, makes sense. It is talking all about Undertaker's streak. Kane orchestrates an ambush on the Shield. Batista wins the Royal Rumble. Remember Boo-tista and Blue-tista? I remember this era. I was actively back into wrestling during this era. The New Age Outlaws win the WWE Tag Team Championship. Oh yeah, they did come back during 2014. You were just bringing old men back. Big Show returns to aid Daniel Bryan. Yokozuna defeats Bret the Hitman Hart for the WWE Championship. WWE Champion Triple H defeats Randy Orton. And we got another duplicate. Another duplicate. The Usos! Oh god, we got vintage Usos here. The Usos win the Fatal 4-Way Elimination Match. Remember Curtis Axel? And then they became the Social Outcast? Man, this dude never got a break. Remember when he had the gimmick of, like... Who was he with where he was imitating Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan with? Why am I... Who was he imitating him with? Why am I, like, thinking it's Damien Sandow? I feel like I'm wrong on that, though. But I remember that gimmick. That dude just never got a break. Undertaker gets the jump on Brock Lesnar. Mr. McMahon gets his head shaved. That's an awful-looking picture. WWE Champion Triple H wins the wins the 4-Way Elimination Match. The Streak defeats Diesel. Alright, we got a Randy Orton one. Randy Orton wins the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston wins the United States Championship. Natalya and Tyson Kidd tie the knot. At least he had better hair. When Tyson Kidd first, like, debuted, his hair was awful. I don't know what dude was thinking. Big E wins the Intercontinental Championship. WWE Champion CM Punk defeats Chris Jericho. I love how it's CM Punk defeats Chris Jericho, but this is just Chris Jericho on the card. John Cena defeats Batista for the WWE Championship. The Streak defeats Randy Orton. Alright, we got 2 more packs of this one. Then we go on to 2017 Women's Division. Oh, Los Matadors! I remember them! And El Torito debuted defeating 3-man band. Daniel Bryan proposes to Brie Bella on Total Divas. Crazy. I feel like I did watch, like, all of Season 1 of Total Divas. And then I think Sonya Deville was, like, on a season, and I watched that one because Sonya Deville's a lesbian, and gotta support my lesbians. But that show was a mess. Triple H makes a grand entrance. I remember freaking out when I saw Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Alexa Bliss, like, recognizing all of them in Triple H's entrance. I was like, oh my god, I know them from NXT, that's crazy! I thought that was really cool. Kane orchestrates an ambush on the Shield. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeats Shawn Michaels for the WWE Championship. WWE Champion Diesel defeats Shawn Michaels. The Streak defeats CM Punk again. Alright, last one of this pack. Xavier Woods debuts with a victory. Oh, there's R-Truth. Randy Orton wins the WWE Championship contract. You can't just say wins Money in the Bank? Okay. Razor Ramon enters the Hall of Fame. Curtis Axel defeats Triple H again. Hulk Hogan defeats Sergeant Slaughter for the WWE Championship. Trish Stratus inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. The Queen of WrestleMania. The Ultimate Warrior defeats the Heenan family at Survivor Series 1989. Alright, what am I getting myself into with 2017 Women's Division cards? Look for autographs, kiss cards, shirt and mat relics, and more. Okay. If I can open the box. If I can open the box. There's like cardboard inside of it to make sure you don't steal it. Like, what? Oh, these aren't even like individually wrapped. These are like in a deck. Interesting. Alright. Team Raw defeats SmackDown. And it's Charlotte and Bayley. Well, Charlotte and Bayley are still in the company. Kind of forgot to play the game of are they still employed. But I thought they were going to be individual wrestlers and not moments. But man, I miss Bayley's hugger gimmick too. I was so into Bayley when she had the hug gimmick in NXT. Bayley! There she is! Give me more Bayley! Billy Kay! Remember the Iconics? The Iconics were iconic. Bring them back, WWE. They need a second run. Bring them back. We got Ivory. We got Naomi. Becky Lynch. Stephanie McMahon. Nikki Cross. Remember Bliss Cross Applesauce? Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. That was another tag team of mine where I was like, ooh, odd couple tag team? Love them. Love them. Need more of them. They were too short-lived. They were way too short-lived. I missed that tag team. Kathy Kelly, Rhea Ripley's favorite person. Another Bayley card. Getting all the Bayley cards. Another Bayley card of defeating Nia Jax. Ember Moon! Dude, she's so exciting in AEW. I watched, last week. I still need to watch her match against Mercedes Moné. She's so exciting. We got Nikki Bella. Roadblock, Charlotte Flair. Man, Sasha Banks had so many iconic gears. Always looked amazing. Mickie James. Oh god, the La Luchadora gimmick. That's bringing me back. Nia Jax. Miss Elizabeth. Trish Stratus. Stratus Faction. Nikki Bella. Pedigree. Stephanie McMahon. Top Rope Splash Tamina. Diving Double Knee Drop Sasha Banks. Another Bayley card. So many Bayley cards. So I'm not complaining. Sasha Banks. Like, every gear Sasha Banks had was so iconic. Nia Jax with her NXT debut. Oh, God. Back in 2015. 10 years ago. Crazy. Princess Victoria. Judy Martin. Alundra Blaze. Sasha Banks. Brie Bella. Ember... Oh, God, look. All the Flash. JoJo. Mickey James. Tamina. Beth Phoenix. Another Bayley card. NXT TakeOver Respect. Oh, I remember this match. I loved this match. Another Ember Moon. Nikki Bella. Charlotte Flair doing the exact same pose back to back. Kind of crazy. And Natalya. Okay. That brought me a little bit back to the past. So many Bayley cards, but you know what? I appreciate it. Next, we're on Road to WrestleMania 2018 cards. Got more Bayley on the front. Alright. Who are we getting from 2018? Oh god, I am running out of space to just, like, randomly put all the wrappings. Oh, we got Jinder Mahal. Dude, he went from being 3-man band and then got, like, that massive push, and then now it's like, where you at, though? Naomi? Jason Jordan. I remember his team with Chad Gable, his tag team back in NXT. I thought they were pretty cool. R-Truth. Heath Slater. He's got kids. Sami Zayn. Oh my god, look at this young Sami Zayn, dude. Crazy. Oh no, not Enzo Amore. I remember the team with Big Cass and Carmella. I thought he was going to be another massive star in WWE, but that all came crashing down. Dean Ambrose. God, John Moxley looks nothing like this anymore. Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh god, what is this, like, random back filter over the crowd? New Day defeat the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Andre the Giant. Shelton Benjamin joins Chad Gable in his in-ring return to WWE. Definitely don't remember this. I feel like I was out of wrestling again at this point. Bobby Roode makes his WWE main roster debut. Vaguely remember this. I mean, these seem... Why are these like 2 different days then? Oh no, they're back-to-back weeks. I can read. John Cena defeats Baron Corbin. End of Days was such an underrated finisher. I always thought it looked so cool from Baron Corbin. And then his career just... Eesh. John Cena joins Raw. John Cena and Roman Reigns make their No Mercy 2017 match official. AJ Styles defeats Kevin Owens for his second United States Championship. Baron Corbin wins the 2017 Men's Money in the Bank match. Meme cards? These are more like who's canceled and who isn't. It's kind of crazy. Man, I forgot that Baron Corbin ever won Money in the Bank. I need to go back and just, like, rewatch every Money in the Bank match. Because I love Money in the Bank matches. Royal Rumble is always my favorite. But Money in the Bank is, like, I would say second favorite. If we're talking, like, pay-per-views and just style of matches. Samoa Joe wins the Fatal 5-Way Universal Championship #1 Contenders match. Chris Jericho defeats Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. Seth Rollins defeats Triple H. Chris Jericho wins the United States Championship. Roman Reigns defeats Rusev for the United States Championship. I saw Rusev might be coming back soon. But with, like, no Lana. I heard just Rusev. Oh god, I remember the Brian Kendrick made, like, a slight return back then. Man. The Brian Kendrick defeats TJP. Remember TJP? Oh man, he was there for, like, a hot second. For the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Another... Every part of this sentence is just, like, so dated. The Brian Kendrick, TJP, and Cruiserweight Championship. The most dated card I think we have pulled today. None of this exists in WWE anymore. WWE Champion Jinder Mahal defeats Randy Orton. Ty Dillinger defeats Kurt Hawkins in his debut match. Remember the 10 gimmick? Everyone would just go 10, 10. Now he's Shawn Spears in the culling, and look, I don't know what's all going there, but it's like, ooh, the culling. Go back to being Ty Dillinger, bro. Eat a Snickers. Be Ty Dillinger again. AJ Styles defeats Dean Ambrose in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Edge and Undertaker return to SmackDown Live. WWE Cruiserweight Neville defeats Gentleman Jack Gallagher. I miss Neville. Neville was so cool. I think I have 2 Neville shirts, actually. So I have, like, a purple one and, like, I don't know what you consider this color. Like, beige? Like a sand kind of color? It's not white. It's like, I guess you consider it beige. But I loved Neville. I had 2 Neville shirts. I hated when they just changed his name to just straight Neville and just took off Adrian. Like, bro, that's still Adrian Neville to me. That was like a whole thing back in like the late 2010s was, oh, you have a first name? No, now you just have one name. I don't know why they kept doing that. That was such a weird decision. Like, I think some of them work. Like, obviously a name like Zarya works as just one name. That works. But for like, imagine now if they were told Sol Ruka when she went to the main roster, you're just Sol now. Like, it still kind of works, but like, Sol Ruka just sounds so complete, so perfect. Don't mess with it. Zarya is fine, didn't need a last name, but like, they're like, Adrian Neville, too long, just Neville. Same with Cesaro. Cesaro worked as one name, instead of just Antonio Cesaro, but they just loved doing that, of like, you have one name now. I don't know what was up with that, but they loved doing that. The Superstar Shakeup brings Charlotte to SmackDown Live. WWE Champion Jinder Mahal defeats Randy Orton in a Punjabi prison match. Oh god, there's Cesaro. There he is. Cesaro and Sheamus defeat the New Day for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Roman Reigns defeats Braun Strowman. Kurt Angle is named Raw General Manager. Oh god, I remember the mohawk Sheamus had. What a time. Cesaro and Sheamus defeat the Hardy Boys in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Hardy Boys was always spelled with a Z. I mean, that makes sense. They're from the 90s. I don't know why that looks odd to me that Hardy Boys is spelled with a Z. Bray Wyatt defeats Randy Orton. Dean Ambrose defeats The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. John Cena proposes to Nikki Bella. Ooh, this one kind of hasn't aged as well. Oops. Mike Canales returns to WWE, or Maria Canales returns to WWE with her husband Mike Canales. Oh god, look at these pink pants Dolph Ziggler had. Iconic. Dolph Ziggler defeats The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. WWE Cruiserweight Champion The Brian Kendrick defeats Kalisto. Remember the Lucha Dragons? They were fun. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins reunite. Maybe someday in WWE again. Doubtful, but maybe someday. Alright, we're on to our last thing, our most recent cards. NXT 2.0. So, Braun Breaker is no longer in NXT, and Mandy Rose is just not wrestling. But Braun Breaker's on main roster, so half still employed. Alright, what do we got here? Okay. Oh, look at these ones. 15 cards per pack. These are some chunky packs. Like, I'm used to Pokemon card packs. They're not this chunky. Alright, my NXT people. Who are we gonna see? These are really chunky. Alright. We got... Oh my god, she wasn't going by Lyra Valkyria back then? Like I said, I just got back into NXT, so these are all gonna be insane to look at. NXT UK, that shut down like 3 years ago? But man, not seeing Lyra Valkyria is crazy. Alba Fire, Slagent A, working for the Secret Harvest. Primate? I don't know who this dude is. I've never seen him. Mark Coffey, now in Evolve. Joe Gacy. I feel like I recognize the name, but I don't really remember him. We have Triple H. Why is Triple H in an NXT pack? Does Triple H need to be in everything? Ilya Dragunov. This dude has, like, the scariest red contacts. I remember him. Tiger Turan. I've never seen this dude. Then again, like I said, I was not into NXT UK. So any of, like, the UK people, I'm definitely not going to recognize. Ivy Nile, on main roster now. Noam Dar! One of the Metaphor members. Haven't seen him in forever. Is he, like, injured? I swear, like, I forget that Metaphor has 2 other people in it. I know Ora Mensa was on Evolve last night, but me and my girlfriend are like, oh, Metaphor should just be a 4 women stable. Kick the men out. Make it just a 4 women stable at this point. Josh Briggs, he was in the tag gauntlet. Don't know much about him. This is like the most generic lumberjack look I've ever seen. Brutus Creed. He's in that stable with like Chad Gable, right? I think this is him. Bianca Belair. Yep. We know who Bianca Belair is. We have an all-time NXT highlight. The Demon, Finn Balor. Twice using his signature move, the Demon, Finn Balor wins NXT Championship. I remember this match. I was definitely into NXT at this time, 2015. Yes, H needs you to know how important he is. There's a reason he had a title reign called the Reign of Terror where he refused to leave the spotlight. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah. I watched this match. I loved Finn Balor back in NXT, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, that whole, like, era of NXT. 2021 NXT highlights. Bro, it's covering the text. Hello? Is that on purpose, or do we not have any quality control? Carmelo Hayes defends his North American title in a clash with Pete Dunne and Johnny Gargano. Yeah, welcome, Jay. We are opening our last box of cards here, and it's the NXT ones. So far, I've only recognized like half the people here, because a lot of them are, so far, UK cards. And I was not into UK, so this is like, who are these people? Danny Luna. She's in TNA now. Because whenever any of the NXT women fight in TNA, I do watch those matches. I don't actively watch TNA. But I know she is in TNA with, I forget, Jody Threat? I think that's her name? Her tag team partner? Did not know she came from NXT. Yes, this is a Black Eagles, playing tabletop mat. I have my Gamer Subs mat under this, but I was like, let's put away the gooning one for this stream and have a nice, wholesome tabletop. Cruz del Toro. Is he on main roster now? Is he... I feel like he's on main roster. I feel like I saw him recently against Chad Gable's stable, right? I think? I could be misremembering who these people are, though. Amale? Never heard of this person. Katana Chance? That is a face. That's crazy. Katana Chance is really exciting. I watched her in that tag gauntlet for #1 contendership for WrestleMania. And then I went back and watched her matches with Caden Carter as a tag team. They're exciting as hell. Why are they not pushed more? A-Kid? Don't know. Never heard of. Dante Chen? Also never heard of. That's some cool gear, though. I like that gear. Kind of reminiscing of The Miz. Amelia McKenzie. Never heard of her either. Robert Stone, now on Evolve as a commentator. Ikemen Jiro, never heard of him. That is a snazzy jacket with all the watermelons on it. Andre Chase, Chase U. He's gonna put that school back together. Io Shirai, now known as Io Sky. So we have 2 out of 3 members in that triple threat match. We're just missing Rhea Ripley, but I doubt Rhea Ripley will be in here. Nathan Frazier, who is the current tag team champion with Axiom. Sami Zayn! Oh my god, look at baby Sami Zayn! I was definitely watching NXT every week during this. Eddie Dennis. Don't know who this is. The Demon, Finn Balor. Okay, so this isn't a mistake. They just kept putting their, like, nameplate over half the text. Why would you do that? Why would you design it like that? That's so dumb! Why would you do that? You can't read it! Also, yes, I am also playing more No More Heroes music because I'm low-key thinking about replaying No More Heroes 1 and 2. Okay. Fallon Henley! Alright, I know who this is. Must be a pain to put that demon makeup on. I feel like at a certain point, like... I mean, I was, like, trying to, like, compare things. But yeah, since, like, it's from face to, like, sort of the chest... It's definitely got to be time-consuming. I know Finn Balor said he was going to stop really using the demon. Because I was thinking of Zarya, and I was like... Zarya also wears, like... I don't know if you consider what Zarya wears as face paint, or makeup, or both. I was like, that's got to be a little time-consuming, too, to do. But Zarya looks so badass, so it doesn't matter. Oh god, look at Fallon Henley, dude. Wesley, yeah, he's currently still in NXT with oh my god, look how old Tommaso Ciampa looks. Oliver Carter, not familiar. Stevie Turner, now the commissioner of Evolve. I didn't know that she was an in-ring wrestler. Johnny Saint, I don't know who this man is. James Drake, never heard of him either. Boa, not coming to mind either. Roderick Strong. Man, Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly had such a chokehold on NXT. Malik Blade. Not familiar either. Mako Satomura. Looks cool, but never heard of them. Aaliyah James. Never heard of her either. Tyler Bate. This dude was like in NXT for a while. I think he's back on main roster? I'm not 100%. Shayna Baszler! I love Shayna Baszler, dude. I hate that she's not really doing anything at the moment. I've always loved Shayna Baszler. I thought she's so cool. Amari Miller. Not familiar. That kind of rhymes. NXT highlight. Toxic Attraction wins the NXT Pinnacle by what the hell is this word? Pinnacle, yeah. By securing women's tag team championships. That is such a weird picture to think of now since they are in different tag teams. Gigi Dolan with Tatum now and JC Jane with Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix. Like I said, I was not into NXT at the time, so like this is bizarre for me to see now, but wow, what an era. All right, who am I getting? We got Jordan Devlin, now known as JD McDonough. Brooks Jensen. That this dude looks like he just works on a farm. Don't know who this is. Odyssey Jones. What a name. That's a powerhouse name right there. Odyssey Jones. Not familiar with him though. Grayson Waller. He's on main roster now with oh god, Austin Theory. Fun tag team. Tiffany Stratton. We got another WrestleMania person here. Man, Not a really good picture of her, I'll be honest. Why did that emote not show up in my chat, but it showed up on the, like, the stream? That's crazy. Tony D'Angelo, the Mafia, Tony D. Kenny Williams. That is the most generic name for a wrestler I think I've ever heard. Don't know this dude. Got a duplicate, another duplicate, another duplicate. Oh my god, another duplicate. Another duplicate. Tyler Breeze! I was obsessed with Tyler Breeze back in NXT, dude. Look at him! He was so fun and so cool. I loved his gimmick so much. I miss Tyler Breeze, dude. He was so fun. NXT highlight. Raquel Gonzalez wreaks revenge by beating former friend Dakota Kai to retain crown. Damn. Now we got Mandy Rose. I will admit, I loved Mandy Rose's tag team with Sonya Deville, but after they, like, broke up, I was out of wrestling. I did not know anything she did in NXT. I know she made a return in NXT, but I don't know really anything she did in NXT. Because I was out of wrestling at that point. So, unfamiliar with what she did. I know on Twitter she was, spouting some takes. That's all I'll say. That, let's just say she was getting cooked. Alright, we got Saxon Huxley? That's a name. Valentina Feroz? That's some cool gear. Never heard of her. What is the music playing at the moment? Thank you. Trick Williams, main eventing Stand and Deliver. Elton Prince. I've seen his tag team with what's his name, but I haven't watched any matches. Been seeing a lot of Sonya lately on some queer podcasts. Dude, she's always on my TikTok For You page, and I'm not complaining. I love Sonya Deville. I have a Sonya Deville shirt. I don't know where it is at this point, but I had specifically the one where it had, like, the rainbow coloring on the lettering. Blair Davenport. I've seen a couple... Okay, I was like, who is she fighting here? I did not recognize it. I've seen a couple of her matches. I know she's B. Priestley in AEW. Don't think she's with WWE anymore, though. So maybe back to AEW? I'm not 100%, but she had some exciting matches. I like her style. Kaden Carter. Pretty exciting with Katana Chance. Zion Quinn? What a name! Zion unless if it's... I don't know how else you'd pronounce that. Zion Quinn. Interesting name. Dave Mastiff. What a massive lad. Never heard of him. T-Bone. Never heard of him either. Gigi Dolan. She still looks pretty much the same as she does now. Kind of crazy. Usually, like, people in NXT, like, change their look so drastically. Sangha. Never heard of him. Mark Andrews? The only Mark Andrews I know is the Ravens tight end. Who? Oh, we got a legacy Charlotte Flair. Well, back in NXT, she wasn't Charlotte Flair. She was just Charlotte, so... Alright, NXT. I'll give you that one. Yay, Pride emotes. Duke Hudson. Not familiar. Oh, we got Becky Lynch. I remember Becky Lynch back in the NXT days. Last pack, y'all. Last pack. Who are we getting? I haven't gotten any, like, Legacy Bayley cards. Got dupe of Triple H again. Another dupe. Oh my god, these are all dupes so far. Another dupe. Oh my god, this is all dupes. All duplicates. Oh my god, every single one of them. Oh, this one I think is new. Oliver Carter. Never heard of him. Yep, another dupe. Another dupe. Oh my god, we got a vintage Roman Reigns. Roxanne Perez. That was a dupe? Okay. Damn. Okay, we got another person that's outstanding to deliver. A lot of people are saying they're fumbling how Roxanne's being booked at the moment. And then Braun Breaker scores groundbreaking victory by slamming LA Knight in debut of NXT 2.0. Well, that was definitely different. Maybe I'll open more of these at some point. But, wow. Definitely different compared to Pokemon cards, which, obviously, those are wrestling cards and not Pokemon cards. I'm excited for WrestleMania this weekend. More excited for Stand and Deliver, because like I said, I'm more of an NXT person, but... let me know in the VOD comments if you'd want to see me open up more wrestling cards. I definitely need to get Pokemon cards again, too, because I miss opening Pokemon cards. But I won't be here tomorrow to stream, because I'll be going to a baseball game. Monday, we will probably play Resident Evil Outbreak, because my PS1 arrived. So I just need to test. I won't do a test stream of the PS1, because I don't really have that many games to test anyway. But still 4 streams in a row. Yeah, I didn't really have my normal work hours, so I was able to stream more. Maybe if I ever can make streaming a full-time career, I'll stream more, but since I have a job, that's kind of a hard thing to do. But Monday should be Resident Evil on the PS1, and then Wednesday will return, if I haven't finished it, because I don't know how long that game is, so maybe we'll do, like, back-to-back streams of that. I need to stream more Rivals. Maybe I'll stream Rivals on next Friday. But we'll see. I don't want to, like, go too long without Red Dead, though, because we're definitely nearing the end of Red Dead. And I know y'all want me to start Nier soon, so I don't want to, like, keep delaying, putting off playing Nier. Farm yesterday! I want to pet some cows. Honestly, give me some fluffy cows to pet. But yeah, I'm honestly not even burnt out on playing Red Dead 2. I love that game. I genuinely, thoroughly love Red Dead 2. So I'm not even really burnt out. It's just because I only stream more like 3 times a week. I mean, maybe I'll do a Sunday stream. We'll see. Because, like I said, I won't be streaming tomorrow, so... Maybe I'll do a Sunday stream. Or a Saturday stream. We'll see. And... at least get, like, 1 Red Dead stream out there. So we can get... because I feel like we have, like... not that much left of Arthur. And then we're probably gonna need at least 2 streams for the John content. Or I just need to stream for, like, 7 hours. That's also a possibility I need to do. Come on, Juby, stop streaming for under 4 hours. Get on it. A blind horse! That's adorable. Yeah, it's mainly John content that's remaining. I think there's like 4 or 5 missions with Arthur left. And then maybe some side stuff. But blind horse, I want to pet and feed a blind horse. I love animals, dude. I just love animals. Any type of animal I see, I'm like, I want to pet them. But yeah, we don't have too much of Red Dead left. And then I will play Nier. I mean, the thing with my stream times is... I do get, honestly, like, just fatigued easily. And I do apologize for that. Oh, poor little horse baby. But sometimes, like, when I'm just, like, in a good headspace and not fatigued, like, I can go for a longer amount of time. And also just, like, if I do a green screen stream where I'm like this, these lights are super hot and, like, I don't do well with a lot of heat. So, that's another, like, factor, but I try to stream as long as I can, but I don't want to, like, I'd rather have a shorter stream where I'm, like, at high energy than keep going and, like, my energy is just tapered off and, like, I'm super boring. But yeah, like, I would love to stream much, much, much longer. But I just want to keep being entertaining, and I hate the feeling of, like, oh wow, I'm not saying anything. I'm not, like, being entertaining, you know? Yeah, I will see y'all maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday. Maybe we'll do Rivals, maybe we'll do Red Dead. But next week we will start our next Resident Evil game. I'm excited. I don't think that game is very good from what I've seen in reviews, but I will be the judge of that. Yes. So yeah, I will see y'all probably at the very least next week, if not Saturday. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all then. If you haven't hit the subscribe button on YouTube, hit that. Hit the follow button on Twitch. And I'll see y'all then. Bye-bye.